And I'm so excited. This next session that we have for you right now is really, really cool. Russell introduced her a little bit. Eileen Wilder, who is a superstar in our community, one of the best speakers, if you haven't heard her speak, one of my favorite speakers ever. She's a great friend. She's amazing. But she came to Funnel Hacking Live a few years back, and her husband, Harrison, was actually driving Uber to support the family. And she was so inspired that she just started taking action. There's so much power in taking action. She followed the same formula, and I won't spoil it, but there's some really, really cool things that happen. So with that, let's turn some time over to Eileen Wilder.
I have a question for you. How many of you would like premium high-ticket buyers lined up out the door, wrapped around the building, ready to pay you a fortune? Someone shout, I would. Oh, I thought this was the Funnel Hacking Live crowd, not the Confusionsoft crowd. I said, how many of you would like premium, high-ticket buyers lined up out the door, wrapped around the building, ready to pay you? Somebody slap yourself and say, me. Ready to pay you a fortune. Someone shout, I would. Well, you're in the right place at the right time. In this presentation, I'm going to teach you how to get high-ticket clients who are absolutely ready, on fire, hot, to get ready to pay you a fortune. And in this presentation, I'm going to reveal to you how to acquire a tribe of hungry, high-ticket buyers who are excited, somebody say excited, to pay you top dollar prices. And I'm also going to show you how we hit the 2 Comma Club Award in 4 months or less with a $55,000 VIP day. Somebody wave at me if you want that to be your story. Say, I do, Eileen. And then, last but not least, we're going to show you how to get crazy pants ROI. Somebody say crazy pants. Even if you're bad at copy, hello, and hate opening ads manager. Is that okay with you? Say yes. Yes. How many of you have never heard of me before? Wave your hands, wave your hands. Okay, okay. Is it okay with you if I share just a little bit of my story for those of you who have seen me before, for those who haven't? If that's okay, say that's okay. My name's Eileen Wilder, and I used to be a pastor. But here's the thing. Our church wasn't boring. Our church was super fun. It was more like a Tyler Perry movie. Have you ever seen a Tyler Perry movie? It was so cool. Like if the preacher was feeling it, he would say, can I get an amen? And the church would say, amen. Is it okay with you if we have a little bit of talk back church, have a whole lot of fun, and all go out and make a whole lot more money? Is that okay with you? Say yes. We're going to have a ton of fun in this presentation. But before FHL 2018, I used to be a normal person. Does anybody here remember being a normal person? I mean, I was sort of normal because I was also broke. Because my husband was an Uber driver. Somebody say Uber driver. Working to support our family. But my friend Jackie Dixon, who's here today, said, Eileen, you've got to go to FHL. So she paid for my ticket and let me stay in her hotel room. And so I came with Jackie to FHL in 2018. And when I came here, a speaker took the platform. And as he spoke, it was like time started slowing down. And epic music started playing. And I started having this sense of calling, this sense of clarity, this overwhelming, sudden realization, wait, I can save the world and make money? This is banana pants. And all of a sudden, it wasn't Russell Brunson standing before me. It was Mel Gibson, and he was shouting, freedom! By the end of Russell's presentation, all I knew was that Boise, Idaho was the new Jerusalem. I found out that t-shirts were the uniform of the saints. And we were going to save the world with ClickFunnels. I went all in. Are there any funnel hackers in the building who've gone all in? Come on, shout all in. I was all in. I was like ClickFunnels crazy. I was like drinking the Kool-Aid. I was so pumped. But I sat in the back of FHL, and all I heard were these words like, OTO and CPL and LTV and bump. And I was like, what in the name of all that is holy is a CPL? But you know when you hear a marketer's phrase and you try to act all cool on your row, like you're with your squad, and you're like, I was like, my CPL is the worst. I hate that guy. I'm going to fire him on Tuesday. You know, like I was just trying to kind of roll with it, but I was sitting in the back. I didn't understand anything. I was a pastor. All I knew were scriptures, right? And so these feelings of overwhelm, these feelings of anxiety started creeping in. I wanted my husband to stop Uber driving. I wanted to change the world. But you guys know what have you start hearing about all the funnels and the traffic and the offers and the carts? Raise your hands if you can sometimes sense, you can feel a little bit of overwhelm. Say, I have. So I only had one problem. Over the next 2 years, we would go on to earn multiple 2 Commas Club awards. But here's what I realized. What if I could show you a simple 3-step funnel that can remove overwhelm and help you get high-ticket clients that works, literally, it works like crazy pants. Would that be okay with you? Say, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you how we hit the 2 Comma Club awards super quick, but you won't do it unless I tell you what happened next. So say, tell me, Eileen. Right before I went to FHL, I read a story about a man named W. Clement Stone. He was BFFs with Napoleon Hill. He was a multi-millionaire. He gave $65 million away to charity. He was amazing. And he attributed his self-made wealth to saying one phrase and one phrase only over and over and over every day. Do you guys want to know what the phrase was? Say yes. He said this phrase 100 times a day. Do it now. He lived in a high-rise apartment floor building in New York City. He would make himself say this phrase 100 times a day before the elevator floor hit floor number 1. So W. Clement Stone would be in the elevator and he would say, do it now, do it now, do it now. Do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now. In fact, if you worked for W. Clement Stone, you also had to say this phrase 100 times a day. How many times? How many times? So if you worked for W. Clement Stone, you had to say, do it now, 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 do it now. Because W. Clement Stone understood that the number one enemy of wealth is not mindset, it's delay. Tap your neighbor and just say delay. Tap your neighbor on the shoulder. Say it's delay. It's delay. Napoleon Hill says it like this. Successful people make decisions quickly. When do they make them? Quickly. And change them very slowly. Unsuccessful people make decisions very slowly and change them often and quickly. I like to say it like this. Procrastination is the assassination of your destination. So you guys want to know what I did next? Say, tell me, Eileen. I ran home from 2018 FHL and I made a janky video. It was janky. Somebody tell somebody else next to you. Say janky, janky, janky. It was janky. 2 minutes and 38 seconds. It was a bad lighting situation. Girls, I had a horrible eyelash situation happening here. But I didn't know how to make a webinar. Super scared to charge $997. But I put together this janky video. Someone here at FHL told me to put a button below it and have people book a call. Somebody say, book a call. So I made the janky video, put the button to book a call, and I charged my very first program for $297. When someone paid me $297, I turned to my husband, Harrison. I was like, we're going to be rich. This is amazing. And I kept increasing the price to $497. And then $2K, and then $4K. Has anybody ever done this? Wave at me. My clients kept getting insane results. Testimonials were rolling in, and eventually I was charging $6,000 on the phone right after FHL. Somebody say, do it now. Do it now. Okay? And then just months later, with 12 people in the room, how many people in the room? 12. Somebody say, small audience. You know, 4 of these people I bribed to be there. Try to make it look more full. And with 12 people in the room, we hit our very first six-figure day award. A few months after that, we hit our very first 2 Comma Club award. And then not long, these are our six-figure day awards we give to our students. And then not long after that, in just 4 months, somebody say 4, we hit the 2 Comma Club award again with a 55K VIP day. Wave at me if you'd like that to be your story. Say, I would, I would, I would. Now, I'm not telling you this so that you can know what's happening in my life. I'm telling you this so you can know what's happening in your life, in my life, in everybody's life. Tap yourself and say, my life, my life. There exists for you right now the ability to take a quantum leap. I am about to show you how you can skip steps. Somebody say, that sounds good. Listen to the definition of a quantum leap. It's an explosive jump that a particle of matter undergoes in moving from one place to another. In fact, they say a light particle can appear, it's suddenly here, somebody say here, and then like a second later, it's right over here. Watch this. This is physicists studying quantum mechanics say it occurs without apparent effort. And without covering all the bases before starting and ending points. By the show of hands, how many of you would like to take a quantum leap? Yeah. But right before you take a quantum leap, the enemy in your thoughts will start to tell you things like he told me in the back of FHL. You don't have what it takes to do this. These feelings of anxiety and overwhelm will start to settle in. And you'll start to hear thoughts in your mind. Somebody say, in my mind. Saying things like, you don't have a skill and you don't have a talent. And this is going to take forever to do this. Did you all know that you have an enemy in your thoughts? Some people call him the devil, some people call him the adversary, some people call it resistance. It doesn't matter what you call it. The enemy in your thoughts. Have you guys ever heard a voice in your head that will say things like, it'll pull you back from what you know you're called to do? Come on, is there anybody in the house? Have you ever heard a voice in your head that'll pull you back from publishing when you know you're supposed to publish? Have you ever heard a voice in your mind pulling you back from creating the content that you know you're called to create? Wave at me if you've ever heard a voice like that in your head and say, I have. That's the enemy in your thoughts. And the enemy in your thoughts, he's got one goal. How many goals does he have? His goals are to keep you broke, busted, and disgusted. Okay? But here's the thing. The battle that's raging in your mind, it's not even about you. It's over your calling. Someone say calling. It's over those you're called to reach, those you're called to preach, those you're called to teach to. The reason for the resistance is this. The enemy knows if he can rob you of your identity, he will rob you of your legacy. Is there anybody in the house today that would like to serve the enemy notice and go ahead and punch him in the face? Is there anybody here? Is there anybody watching online? Is there anybody sitting in the back? Come on, from front to the back, right to the left, someone shout, I would. Well, here's the thing. This is how you beat the enemy. Just like W. Clement Stone did, and just like I did, and all the greats did. You punch him in the face with words. Spoken out loud. Someone say words. Words. W. Clement Stone said, everybody just practice. W. Clement Stone's words were, do it now. So you guys say, do it now. That's what beats the enemy. And some of you guys need to get a little fire in your belly because the enemy's he's stolen years from you. He's made you cry tears that you didn't deserve. He's taken things from you and your family, and you need to get a little fire in your belly and say, I don't have any more patience for this poverty. I don't have any more tolerance for this mediocrity. The clamoring of inferior men is not going to stop me. I'm going all in. Someone shout all in. Because there's a battle before every breakthrough, there's a setback before every comeback, and there's a declaration that unlocks every destiny. If you want to hit the 2 Comma Club Award, 2 Comma Club X Award, you got to get very good at taking fast, imperfect action. How many of you are willing to do that? If you're willing to do that, I want you to stand to your feet right now and shout, do it now. Come on, shout, do it now. Shout, do it now. FHL, if we're feeling overwhelmed, what do? Shout, do it now. If we're feeling incapable, what do? Shout, do it now. If we're feeling insecure, FHL, what do? When do we do it? We do it now. High five 3 people and say, go, baby, go. Go, baby, go, go, go. Go, baby, go. Come on, come on. Come on, use your words. Tell 3 more people, do it now. Look them in the face. Say, do it now. Do it now. Do it right now. Tell 3 more people. Look at you, people you didn't come with. Look them in the face. Say, do it now. Do it now, baby. Do it now. FHL, when are we going to do it? We're going to do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Come on. Did you know that 2/3 of God's name is go? 2/3. Look at someone else you didn't talk to yet and say, go. Go, baby, go. Go, baby, go. Come on, the world needs what you alone have to offer. The world needs what you alone have to offer. Come on, use your words and punch the enemy in the face, and somebody better say, do it now. Do it now. I know, we got to go, but I'm liking having church up in here in FHL. Come on, wave at me if you know you're about to have a breakthrough. Wave at me. Wave at me. Come on, when's a good time to get started? Now. When's a good time to launch that funnel? How about maybe right now? Say, do it now. The number 1 enemy of wealth is not mindset. It's not your daddy issues. It's not your past. It's delay. So somebody say, let's go, Eileen, let's go. I want to give you this funnel. We got to get a lunch. We got to get a lunch. We got to get a lunch. One Day Cash Machine is the name of the high-ticket funnel that I have mastered and implemented with our clients. We teach that a high-ticket funnel is like having a fast pass. Can someone say fast pass? It's like having a fast pass. It's like skipping step. It's like paying for speed. But sometimes we can buy into the lie that we got to start low ticket. We got to start 27, 37, 47, and we got to do that for years. Someone say years before we can go high ticket. And that's exactly what our client Kalia told my business partner Joe and I. She said, what? I can't do high ticket. I can't even sell my thing low ticket. We were like, Kalia, what is it that you do? She's like, I help people get married. We were like, have you helped people get married? She's like, yeah. We're like, holy cow. Wait, you help them get married and have the wedding of their dreams and make a lot of babies? And she was like, yeah, that's what I do. We were like, that's a minimum of a $10,000 offer, Kalia. You're sitting on top of a $10,000 offer. She's like, but wait, shouldn't I do that much later after I've been selling for years? We were like, oh, okay. Did you know that you can actually start with high ticket? We said, have you ever heard of Elon Musk? Put your hands up if you've ever heard of Elon Musk. He seems like a good dude to model things after. So here's what Elon Musk did. Look at this blog post. This is the master plan of Tesla. He said, this is what I wrote 10 years ago. It's now in the final stages of completion. It wasn't all that complicated. I love you, Elon. And basically consisted of create a low volume car, which necessarily be expensive. Someone say expensive. And use that money to develop a medium volume car at a lower price. And then use that money to create an affordable, high volume car. What Elon was doing was performing a descension launch plan. So he only made a few of the Roadster, but it put it at a very expensive price. And then he used that money to create the Model X and then use that money to create the Model S, and then use that money to create the Model 3. So cool, right? But so often as entrepreneurs, we think we have to start from the bottom of the value ladder. We think we have to start with products and then eventually move to coaching and then high ticket done for you. But here's the thing. You have very low margins to operate with ads. You also have to be a ninja. Someone say ninja. With copy, with ads. And this can kinda take forever. In contrast, if you start at the top of the value ladder, start with your high-ticket coaching program, done-for-you service, maybe you're an agency owner, start at the top of the value ladder and then build down, you have huge margins, you can be bad at ads, you can be super bad at copy. Is there anybody in here getting excited right now? And then you can be serving clients at the highest level while having a cash infusion. Turn to your neighbor and say, cash infusion. Doesn't that just feel good? Just feels good to say cash infusion. Plus, high-ticket clients are the best. They're the best. They're low maintenance and they just do the work. Why? Because as Russell teaches us, people who pay attention. So they show up. They do the homework. They come on time. They don't complain. They don't refund. They're low maintenance, and they're super, super fun to hang out with. I like to look at it like how the scripture says, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Sometimes we can be doing our clients a disservice when we charge them low ticket because their heart's not in it. But when you go high ticket, baby, somebody say high ticket, you are inviting the hearts of your customers. Wave your hands at me if you love high-ticket clients. Wave your hands. You love them. You love them. Just like our client, Kiana, look at this. Hanging out with my high-ticket clients is one of the greatest pleasures of my life. You get to go to super fun places, take them out to dinner. Why? Because you have huge margins to be able to serve them at the highest level. So that's what Kalia did. She said, that makes sense. I'm still a little unsure people are going to pay me high ticket for my stuff. Now, if we're being honest, I know that a lot of times we can have these thoughts as well, but we told Kalia, you know how at Disney World they have the Fast Pass? Clients love to pay for speed. Wave your hands right now if you love it when it goes faster, not slower. They love to pay for speed. And we told Kalia this, your internal insecurity is not market reality. Why don't you just turn to somebody next to you and just say, raise your prices. So we told Kalia, hey baby, the offer you don't make, no one can take. Might as well make that 10K, make that 20K, make that 30K, make that $1 million offer. Because the offer you don't make, no one can take. So Kalia said, okay, I'm getting it. My program's now $10,000. So are you guys getting it? Say, I'm getting it. And then we were like, sweet, Kalia, because Dan Kennedy, this must be a theme with this quote, the business that can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. How many of you guys love Dan Kennedy? Say, I do. Oh my gosh. So Kalia went out, she used that money for ads, and she brought in 5 clients in one day with her one-day cash machine. How many of you guys would like those kind of results? 5 high-ticket clients. So number 1, Fast Pass. Second step, the funnel. What's the funnel look like, Eileen? Well, this is what's so sweet. It can be a janky video. Does that just warm anyone else's heart? That it doesn't have to be a Hollywood production. It can be a janky video. But this could be long-form VSL, customer testimonial video, whatever you want here. I would just say, hey, you know what? Do it now. Someone say, do it now. And then a simple button below that video, right? And then the next page is where they're going to go fill out a few questions, learn if they're the right fit for you and you're the right fit for them, and that's where they're going to book to your call scheduler. The third page, super simple, is a homework page. Some kind of piece of content, video, audio, written, whatever it is. You want the client taking action, right? Because that's what you're going to want them to do in your program. So after that, we'll send 3 quick texts. You guys want to know what the texts are real quick? Very first text is, Do you have the call time scheduled in your calendar? Reply back, yes. Again, we're looking for action. Second step, did you do the homework? Reply back, yes. Third step, are you ready? Third text, are you ready for the call? Are you in a quiet place? Do you have your notebook? Do you have your pen? Are you ready? Reply back, yes. We want our clients taking fast action right away. Now, you may ask yourself the question, well, what kind of price points are we selling on these programs, Eileen? This can be anything $2,000 or higher, maybe $3,000, maybe $5,000, maybe $10,000, maybe you go all the way up to 100K packages, whatever you want. High ticket, done for you service, coaching, consulting, or mastermind. Now, somebody say, it's not magic, it's math. Come on, everybody say, it's math. So let's say we spend about $100 to get a phone call, and let's say 1 in 5 join my program. Now that's like I'm not doing a very good job. I'm doing about a 20% close rate on the phone. That means I'm like probably making a few mistakes, like I'm talking too much, I'm not asking questions. 20% close rate. That means you spend $500 to get $5,000. So by the show of hand, who would take that deal? Say, I would. Okay. Well, if 1 in 5 join my program, and I'm not doing a fantastic job, you talk to 5 people and make how much? How much do you see on the screen? But you take 5 to make 5,000. You make 20. It takes 20 sales to make 100K, and it takes 200 sales to make $1 million. Okay, so pop quiz for the FHL crowd. How many of you would be willing to talk to 200 people to reach your goals? By the show of hands. Come on, it's going to happen only if you raise your hand, okay? Talk to 200 people? Okay. Well, Eileen, some people say, where are these magical high-ticket buyers? My friend Rasmus said, Eileen, I can't charge $30,000. And then we said, well, how many of you have ever bought a car? Wave your hand if you've ever bought a car. Okay, look around. 10K, 20K, 30K, keep your hands up, everybody look around the room. Have you guys ever bought a car? Okay. Well, he said, how can I 10x the value of what I provide for my clients? And we said, well, why don't you make your offer super insane? And he said, okay, I will. So he said, can I do it at a castle? And we said, 100%, can we come? And he got 16 clients. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. So don't buy into the lie that there aren't high-ticket buyers. And I want to encourage you in my closing statements that this isn't about the money. This is about people over profit, relationship over revenue, and impact over income. How many of you guys, raise your hand and say, I'm with you, Eileen. In closing, I want to quote this poem. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you've set the wages, then you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that whatever I would have asked of life, life would have willingly paid. And in the words of the late, great Jim Rohn, don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend. FHL, I want to thank you for being my friends today.